The long essay question, or LEQ, is always the last thing you have to do in an AP exam. Remember how long the AP journey is. You do 55 questions in 55 minutes on the multiple choice. Then you do 40 minutes of short answers. Then you do 1 hour on the DBQ. And then, just when you're at your weakest, you're going to have 40 minutes to answer this question. It will count for 15% of your total score, and it'll be graded in a similar way to the DBQ on a scale from 0 to 6. Each of the points is assigned one by one rather than holistically. Now, you can earn 1 point for the thesis and 1 point for contextualization on the LEQ. That's basically exactly the same for the DBQ. So all of the work that you've been doing already for the thesis and contextualization applies here basically verbatim. For the evidence points, though, it's a little bit different. Instead of earning up to 3 points, you can only earn up to 2 points. What you have to do is use specific evidence that's on topic. And if you do that, they're going to give you 1 point. But if you use that specific evidence that's on topic to actually support your argument, they're going to give you a 2nd point. That's how you earn both points. Now, what this means is you can't just drop in one little piece of information or name some document. You actually have to name multiple pieces of evidence and show how they credibly support your argument. Just like the DBQ, you can earn 2 points for analysis and reasoning. The first point is for using historical reasoning to back up your argument. And the second is to demonstrate a complex understanding of the topic. If you do both of those, you get both points. Let's talk about this first point. The first point is described in the rubric in this way. It says, uses historical reasoning, e.g. comparison, causation, CCOT, which is continuity versus change over time, to frame or structure an argument that addresses the prompt. What they mean is they want you to specifically answer the question by using one of the historical skills that's at the heart of this whole curriculum. Let's start with comparison. Now, this is a skill we use every day, but in the AP exam, they want a smart, balanced comparison. If you're comparing northern states versus southern states in the 1800s, they want to see multiple ways that you can compare them. The number of railroads, the size of cities, new immigrant groups, religion, culture, all of those factors. Comparisons have to be complex. Next, let's look at causation. This is about identifying that there's more than one factor that caused something. The Revolutionary War did not have one cause. The Civil War did not have one cause. Let's say you're looking at something like immigration in the middle of the 19th century. Immigrant groups came from Ireland and Germany in the 1840s to 1860s for a wide range of reasons. Some were what we call push factors, things that pushed them out of their home country. So in 1845, you have the Irish potato famine. That caused Irish immigration to the U.S. But there's also pull factors. The availability of land in the West pulled people from Ireland into the U.S. Causation is complex and multifaceted, and you want to show that to the graders. Finally, let's talk about continuity versus change over time. Now, this almost seems like a contradiction. Things can be continuous even as they change. Let's talk about African Americans after the Civil War. In the years after the Civil War, African Americans gained substantial rights in the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. And yet at the same time, so much of their situation was the same. The difference between slavery and sharecropping shows a kind of continuity rather than a change. If you can show the graders that you understand the relationship between continuity and change, you can overcome the apparent contradiction, you can earn the point here. Now, finally, for the complexity point, this is basically the same as the DBQ. So as you study for the long essay question, keep in mind all the skills you've learned for the DBQ. You can earn 1 point for a thesis that directly answers every part of the question. You can earn 1 point for contextualizing the time period in question, especially in the introductory paragraphs leading up to your thesis. You can earn 2 points for evidence, especially if you use that evidence to really back up your argument. That's how you get the 2nd point. And finally, you can earn 2 points for analysis and reasoning if you use historical reasoning and demonstrate your understanding of complexity. The most important thing I can say about the long essay question is that you should practice. Read what students have done, take time practice, and have your teacher grade it. Then you can understand where you're earning points and how you can improve for the real test.